off your tenants that doesn't pay, tenants that choke me, like want to fight me. Right?
They're not somebody else. Why are you able to?
So this is like black water. We call it like poo water and like everything, right? So it comes up, right?
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm being very honest with you.
Right.
The government is stupid in a way. Okay.
And what do you think about the, a few days ago, like surprisingly, the interest rate goes up higher, and what do you think about the high interest rate have an effect on the real estate market in the foreseeable future, and as well as your investment projects?
Yeah, so we sort of put it into two tiers, right?
Okay.
Our multifamily, it's actually very stable. We locked it in 2 years ago into very, very low interest rates.
Okay.
So we're good with the multifamily. Then the land development, where it's higher interest rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So we're hurting here, but we're doing well here. Okay. There's always the point where nothing is always perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Even in China or in Canada, US, everything is something is good. You stabilize, you have stable income, and then you have things that you have to work on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're buying in more multifamily right now. Mm-hmm. So right now is that investors are on the sideline.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So people are, it's scary. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to have any deals.
Yeah.
But right now, if you're able to get good deals, right, and good, obviously work within the higher interest rate parameters.
Okay.
These are solid deals because what happens is that your rent is going up.
Yeah.
Right. You know that when you rent in Toronto, anywhere, secondary market, things like that, rents are really surging.
Right.
Any kind of recessionary times, rents will go up.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't go down.
Yeah.
So that's what we're working on right now. So there's always opportunity, right? But whenever there's opportunity, that means you have to be safer.
Yeah.
Okay. Higher interest rates means you have to have more cash.
Yeah.
Right. So number
cash
one,
is king.
Cash is king.
Yeah.
So you have to find the investors that's willing to see this opportunity, right? And most investors, like smaller investors, okay, people that hasn't been in the market, they'll stay in the sideline and they'll miss it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Larger ones will see it, right, and they have the cash that they can deploy.
Okay.
Right. So that's number two. Is that who are you working with? The larger investors that's willing to deploy, and this is the time where if you can weather this storm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Even in China, like there's always opportunity when COVID is happening.
Yeah.
There's the opportunity, like maybe real estate has gone down, food prices has gone up.
Yeah.
Are you able to take advantage?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you can do that, then you're making money.
Yeah.
In a war situation, right?
Yeah.
Let's say in any kind of war, like in Russia, there's always going to be. Yeah. But people, let's say, making weaponry, right? Or things like mobile beds or some things like that, right? There's always an opportunity. Like if you take a look at back in World War I and World War II, people that was making beds for soldiers or things like that, weaponry, those are the companies that was thriving. Let's say they changed from making simple things like a lawnmower or things that they can really change, and then now you're taking advantage of that opportunity, to change your manufacturing, to take advantage of like a bad thing. It is bad, but somebody needs it, right? You need the weapons, you need this or that, right?
Yeah, just like during the COVID, like the manufacturer, the plants, they changed their production line to masks. So that's right. Yeah.
So you have to be mobile and change, right?
Right.
So this is the time, same thing. Are you able to find good deals in multifamily?
Right.
Because over the long term, it will definitely make, like, let's just go back to what, the video when they saw me on videos, right?
Yeah, right.
So it was 27,000 gross rent, right?
Yeah.
So right now, that's 27, I have 50 beds. Okay, so 51 beds is 18 units. Most of them are 3 bedrooms, right?
Okay.
So at that time in 2013, I bought that building.
Okay.
So now 10 years.
Wow.
So let's take a look at what's 10 years.
Okay.
Okay. $500. After COVID now, each bedroom is $800.
Oh, that's a big jump.
It's a big jump.
Yeah.
So Roy, I say, what's 800 times 50? 50. I won't even say 51. 50. 8 times 5, right, is 40.
40, yeah.
Add 2 more zeros. Okay. Add 3 more zeros. That's 40,000 a month. 40,000 a month.
Right.
That time I was only making 2 to 4,000. Okay, so 2 to 4,000. Now it's 27 to 40, right? That's 13,000 more. Right? Yeah. So an extra $13,000 from the 2 to 4,000. So I'll say anywhere from about 15 to 20,000 of positive cash flow.
Yeah.
Right. So it's simple, like an extra. This is a smaller building.
Yeah.
So $15,000 of positive cash flow, right? In a small building like that over 10 years.
Yeah.
Like let's say even in China, like $15,000 positive cash. That's good money, Canadian.
Yeah.
So you can see that's one building.
Right.
So you can multiply and buy more buildings.
Yeah.
Right. As simple as that. I'm not paying it off, but I'm just letting it roll.
Yeah.
Right. And the natural rent that just increases. Student housing just like people turn.
Yeah.
Boom, rents go up. Right. My cost, my mortgage is always the same. Right.
Yeah. And also your patience is impressive. 10 years is not a. It's some patience. You have. Yes.
So the main thing in real estate is, do you have the patience, right?
Yeah.
You go to China, is like if you go to Beijing or Shanghai, did you buy 10 years or 20 years ago? You'll be very wealthy.
Sure, for sure.
Right?
Yes.
15 or 20 years, if you had an 18 unit, 30 unit, 40 unit building, just sit there.
Right.
People just keep on renting, right? As simple as that. Like Canada, same thing.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So for Kakori right now, what do you think is the biggest challenge, and what is your vision for Kakori?
So challenge and vision. So challenge is there's always our challenge is always the same. Okay. It's always dealing with tenants and dealing with the building. Okay. So nothing outrageous. Like it's simple. We know this business.
Yeah.
Right. The challenge is basically finding good investors.
Yeah.
Right. Because you can find the deals. Like we know how to find deals now. Right. It's the investors that comes in to make it a good partnership. Right. Just like anybody else, you need both. Right. Either we do it ourselves, which is slower, we can, but it'll take more years, more savings, right? More capital from our pocket. Right. Nothing wrong with that. But then the investors, we have to make sure that they're good too, like they're comfortable. So challenge is finding the right people that will invest with you. Right.
Makes sense. Yes.
The vision is that when you ask what the challenge and the vision is, that it's probably it's the same where you know where to go, right? Up the hill, you're gonna hike, but you don't know how steep it is.
Right.
You have a young baby, right?
Yeah. Right.
I have 4 kids, right? So what's my challenge is that my youngest kid maybe can't, like walk or run the same speed as us, right? Or do I have a lot of baggage, right? And I have to get really far, and it's really steep. So I can't go straight up. I have to go around, right? So I have to know what my terrain and what my vision is and the challenges, right?
Gotcha.
So the same thing is that, can you buy undervalued buildings or mismanaged buildings, right?
Yes.
Turn them around and then hold them for the long term.
Yes.
That's for everybody. In this real estate multifamily division.
Gotcha. All right, and nowadays more and more people want to do some investment in real estate, right?
Yep.
So do you have any tips for the beginners?
Tips. You do have to get your skill and experience. Okay. You have to learn as much as you can. Like if number one is you want to be an operator. So if you want to operate, you have to get that skill, right? You can learn it yourself, but learn from these videos or talking to people, but you're going to make mistakes as well.
Right.
Okay. So any kind of business is never foolproof. You'll never not make mistakes and not lose money.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
So that's a tip for, I guess, you're starting out. All right. So that's his tip. Number 2 and 3 would be get good locations. Okay. And make sure you have enough money. Okay.
Yeah.
So why I say this is this. if you buy a bad location, it's going to take a long time for you to, for that location to turn around.
Right.
You don't want to be the first.
Yes.
So you have to buy a good location.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if there's any kind of issues, it's money. You have to throw right. You have to throw money at it.
Yeah.
Right. This business is throwing money at the problems.
Yeah.
So plumbing issues, electrical issues, roofing problem, tenant not paying problems, right? So good locations solve some of that, right? You get the better tenants, but then if there's a problem, you have to throw money at that.
Okay. And also under the background of interest rate hiking, and do you have something to say to the multifamily investors? I mean, sometimes the interest rate is higher in the cap rates, right?
Yep.
So what do you say about that for the investors?
Yeah. So it will happen where your cap rate is low,
Okay.
but you're looking at potential as well.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna have to raise a little bit more cash, and then that potential. So let's just say you're buying a low cap rate of a 3 cap, or even a 2.5 cap, because the current rent is so low.
Yeah.
Right. So your rents, your projection is let's say double. Okay. So from 1,000 to 2,000, or even more now.
Okay.
Right. You're looking at the 3 bedrooms at 2,700 in the Kitchener-Waterloo Cambridge area.
Okay.
So it could maybe more than double.
Right.
So you have to be able to find those little gems, right? And the dirt around the gems is basically your low rent.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Your problems that you're gonna have to take off, and then wow, there's a diamond in there, right?
Yeah.
So that's, yes, I understand that you're gonna find low cap rate buildings, but the potential is there.
Okay.
If you find a high cap rate or it's already stabilized, let's say your rents are already stabilized and everything, that means your rents are 1,500, like 2,000.
Right.
There's not the 2,700,
Right.
but there's no potential to go any higher.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
so you're looking for potential here.
Yeah, that's why you're talking about value add strategy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking at it for a value add, and again, most people don't have the patience,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you can look at it in your market, in the Chinese market, in the Beijing or Shanghai. It's the same thing. People will sell and not upgrade, right? Let's say you had a 10-unit building or Beijing. I don't know if they have small, like, do they have small?
Yeah.
10
they
or
do.
okay, they do.
Yeah, they do.
So if you sell, let's say, a 10 or 20 unit building, will you buy a 40 or 50 unit building?
Yeah.
Right? Are you upgrading all the time, right?
Yeah. Right.
So that's staying in the real estate game for the potential for the long term,
Okay.
right? So in Beijing, it's the same thing in Beijing, right? Can you do in Beijing? I'm not sure, like what the market is like. If you are here and you're watching it, it's a very, very stable market.
Right.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay, well, thank you, Kasey, for sharing us your precious life and business experience.
No problem.
And again, it's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Okay. So please comment below, and if you have anything to say to us or to Kasey, and so follow us for more great content like this. Thank you.